Hi, my name is Lisa Quell, and I decided to do my video essay on study abroad opportunities that universities and colleges offer their undergraduate students. So to begin, I found that many studies have been conducted throughout the years in order to find any significant impacts of study abroad opportunities for undergraduate students at the higher educational level. Most of the previous research has found a lot of focus on the developmental aspects of study abroad, such as language learning, personal growth, intercultural awareness, and personal development. A recent study completed by Preston in 2012 suggested that nearly 85% of 1,008 students who participated in study abroad programs between 2006 and 2011 felt that this experience helped them to build job skills. So not only was the study abroad experience very beneficial during their undergraduate career, but study abroad also found students opportunities and skills that helped them beyond their college career and actually into the workforce as well. And then in February 2012, a report of graduation rates at the University of Texas at Austin identified that study abroad, together with undergraduate research and service learning, became an academic enriched experience. So again, very high positive impacts of study abroad. From our class readings in our SAGE Handbook of International Higher Education, within Chapter 19, the text speaks on some of the teaching and learning processes and the production of new knowledge between and among countries with deep academic collaboration. So these three programs that this chapter spoke about was the joint double degree program, or the joint degree program, the double degree program, and then the consecutive degree program. The joint degree program is joint qualification among completion of collaborative programs that have requirements established by both partnered universities. The double degree program are two individual qualifications that are both at equivalent levels upon the completion of the collaborative program, with requirements established by the two partner institutions as well. And then the consecutive degree program are two different qualifications at successive levels upon completion of the collaborative program, with also the requirements established by the partner institutions. And then from the three internationalization degree programs of the joint, dual, and consecutive opportunities, students and professors have found several benefits from these types of programs that really enhance a student's educational experience, not only through the higher education 4 years, but also to carry on throughout their lives afterwards, which is just as significant and very great for a student's educational impact. So opportunities such as these, they found benefits such as obtaining 2 degrees from 2 universities located in different countries. And through that, it enhances employment rates and career paths. It enhances job opportunities, gives expertise of 2 universities to shape academic culture, gives a full understanding of another culture, and it has an opportunity to interact with other professors and students working in a different culture, and also different policy standards, which could also be very enriching. And it also, of course, enhances language skills and cultural adjustment skills. So, although study abroad does have many appealing factors, students still are not taking advantage of these opportunities as much as universities desire, or as much as society hopes that students will take advantage. The National Study of Student Engagement, the NSSE, in 2010 found that 29% of students had the intention of studying abroad, but in 2012, the NSSE indicated that only 5% of that 29% actually participated in study abroad, along with the results in 2010 that again reported only 5% participation from seniors. And in 2008, they saw that only, or 2006, they saw that only 8% of participants went through with a study abroad program. So that got me thinking, what could be possible reasons for the decrease in percentage from students who are interested in a study abroad experience compared to the students who actually follow through with participation. Something that I did find was that some studies suggest the negative assumption that study abroad has on the path of degree completion for students with a 4-year time frame. So students are nervous that if they study abroad for a semester away from their home university, that then it would impact their 4-year graduation rate plan, and unfortunately would have to stay in school longer. So one study I examined that really took a closer look at this kind of setback for students was examined through the impact of study abroad on academic success and analysis for first-time students entering Old Dominion University, Virginia. So this present study was designed to investigate whether semester-long study abroad has a positive effect on degree attainment of undergraduate students at Old Dominion University, and if so, to see if we could identify time in a student's career when such participation would have an optimal impact. The results concluded with a significant relationship between study abroad and a 5- and 6-year graduation rate, and this analysis suggests the beneficial effects of study abroad programs on undergraduate degree participation. So the conclusion of the ODU case showed that 65.4% of study abroad participants graduated in 4 years, compared to 41% of non-participants of study abroad who graduated in the 4-year time span. So of course there are going to be students who don't graduate in 4 years that didn't have the opportunity to study abroad, but 64% of students that did graduate on time did have the opportunity to study abroad. And then at the 5-year mark, the graduation figure increased to 90% for participants who studied abroad and 58.6% for non-participants. So some of the possible solutions that the case at ODU brainstormed was to suggest that ODU might be able to improve its 5- and 6-year graduation rate by simply encouraging more students to participate in semester-long study abroad programs earlier in their 4-year academic career, such as taking the opportunity, maybe their second semester freshman year or their fall or spring semesters of their sophomore year. That way they really are studying abroad with more of the general education requirements and staying at their home university when it comes to the more major focused courses. And also they suggested that providing more students with support through financial assistance and different campus resources as well could be just as influential. So another conflict within study abroad that might affect the rate of students who are interested compared to the amount of students who don't actually take up on the opportunity is that universities should be aware of other conflicting factors that may affect the opportunity that students have to study abroad, such as with the joint, double, and consecutive degree programs and the other study abroad opportunities. Students may experience mobility restrictions, conflicting examination and evaluation requirements, difficulty with exchanging internship opportunities, academic workload requirements could be difficult, visa issues, language proficiency, quality assurance and accreditation conflicts, certification or law requirements, and most importantly, fees and financing, which is what I'm going to touch a little bit more as well. So part of the biggest conflict does come from financial aid issues. So the greatest conflict does surround the idea that students of low and middle income households have to forego part or all of their summer earnings if they do desire to study abroad, and also then obtain extra funding on top of using a lot of what they worked for on their spare time. So that goes towards cost of travel and lodging. And at many public universities, a semester-long study abroad program does entail substantial extra costs in terms of airfare and where they're staying for their time of visit. And in the last few years, funds allowed it to support study abroad, such as at ODU. They've expanded with academic colleges contributing towards study abroad scholarships, which is definitely the greatest kind of financial piggyback, if you will, for most students is a scholarship opportunity. And the total number of those who participated in a short-term study abroad program, actually that number increased once the campus was starting to offer these scholarships for students. So personally, I found this topic to be very interesting. I studied abroad during my undergraduate career, and that was actually something that I knew I wanted to do from the start, coming in as a first-year student. I didn't study abroad until my junior year. I just did a winter term for 2 weeks, and even then I did find it very difficult to think about funding. So I wanted to take a look at what other colleges and universities are doing around to help students and what different programs are around, because I do encourage all undergraduates to have the study abroad experience and to increase their international and comparative higher education. So I do hope to see more scholarships being offered to students who desire these opportunities in the future. And I hope that more and more campuses are open-minded to these international education experiences, because I feel they are greatly impacting and they are very, very enjoyable as well. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.